I'm Ryan Speed, work for the Siemens Group in Ruggedcom for the ITS and Rail. I'm regional sales manager for Central US, from Texas up to Canada basically. So we're introducing a lot of the newer products. So one thing is everybody asks, why Ruggedcom? Ruggedcom is for your mission critical environments. So anything that you deem critical infrastructure, whether it be power, whether it be rail, whether in this case ITS, or even the oil and gas industry, military, defense, anything like that. Anything that you need something to work at all times and to keep working, that's where you want Ruggedcom. And we have everything from unmanaged switches to power over Ethernet injectors to managed switches, layer 3 switches, 10 gigabit. We even do edge computing, so we actually can put a solid state drive in a switch that you can put into a cabinet. You can run Windows 10 on here, anything like that. So you do a lot of technology. With the Ruggedcom, you're going to get the -40 to +85. You're going to be able to get the TS2 standards, Caltrans standards like that already built in. So you're going to already have the temperature specs. We even do what's called a HALT testing, so a highly accelerated life cycle test. So what that's doing is it's actually taking it from very low temperatures, -40, raising it up to very high temperatures all the time while vibrating the switch. It takes in real world examples, like next to a rail car or next to a, maybe on a bridge for an ITS network. You're gonna have that constant vibration, constant temperature changes, and everything in there, so you know if it's gonna work, it's gonna keep working years and years to come. We have security in place. We're one of the top security manufacturers for networking equipment for industrial spaces. Military uses us. We have to pass lots of stringent standards, stuff like that. The space station, we're up there and that. I mean, oil and gas. So when you're talking about cybersecurity in like this device that we were just talking about, you can actually load intrusion prevention, intrusion detection, abnormality, firewalls built into this. We're actually looking for checks on the system, packet level inspections. So it's not just a, hey, we're here to just see, is there a password wrong? We're actually going deep within the packet to see if somebody's sending a bad PDF to this to try to change the intersection or try to manipulate data. We do copper, we do Ethernet, fiber optic. We also do cellular, we do Wi-Fi, we do WiMAX. We have lots of different opportunities to get in there. We have devices like even like this device right here. It's not currently built out like that, but within this device yourself, you can have dual SIM cards. You could have AT&T, Verizon failover. It is a layer 3 device, so it's also a router. You could actually fail from the copper to the cellular. You could fail from the copper to the fiber to the cellular. You could even fail over to the Wi-Fi. So technically you could have like 4 failure points. And all this can be done either through a routing protocol or you could do a layer 2 like rapid spanning tree. And we also even include on some of our switches, even industrial rated. So like HRP rings, which are nano to microsecond switchover times. So we have everything from very, very fast to robust to even IT related standards within our products. So on a physical standpoint, we actually have switches like this one that you can actually replace the modules with modules you'd need. So in this case, we actually have, it's running a hard drive. Maybe you wanted 2 of these in there. Maybe you wanted one of these modules to be a cellular. Maybe you wanted one of them to be SFPs. You can build them as you grow. This device can get much longer. We have 19-inch rack mounts available. So you can actually switch out modules as you grow. If you want all copper now and in 6 months to a year, you're gonna do fiber. Now you don't have to replace the whole chassis. You just replace a module. If the module fails, you can replace that. And like I was saying, we have that in layer 2, layer 3. We can do up to 10 gigabit. We can go all the way down to dial-up lines. We can do VDSL, we can do serial, M12 military connectors. So anything in between, we have something that's going to work for your environment, and it's all interchangeable. That's the thing, that you can actually swap one out when you don't need that technology anymore. So one of the reasons we're here is Siemens and Ruggedcom, a lot of people don't think about networking. Every place you should have networking and power in everything. It's kind of overlooked. Always, everybody talks about the traffic controller, but you need the networking to bridge all of those connections together. And with that, you're needing cybersecurity. If cybersecurity is not one of the first questions you ask going to a customer, you should be. It is coming down from the upper management and from media. You're seeing all the time that places are getting hacked, they're getting hit with ransomware. And cybersecurity is becoming so important that everything's being interconnected. 5 years ago, people said, we're never gonna have equipment on the cloud. Now everything's done on the cloud. People don't want to do things wirelessly, but they do their banking on their phone. So everything that we're used to is changing. So traffic industry has to change just like all the other technologies out there. Even devices like this, we call them edge computing. You may have heard that buzzword come across. And what that is they're talking about doing computations and configurations at the edge of your network. So everything doesn't have to go all the way back to the IT department to get updates and stuff like that. Even devices like this where I talked about we had the dual cellular in them, you can actually run an SD card in here. You can run a Linux operating system. You can write apps on this. So maybe you have this at a site and you say, when traffic flow hits 80%, I want to know about it. And then you can send an alert over your cellular signal so you're not constantly using cellular time and data. So you can actually write programs on that. You could probably even run a traffic software on this device right here. Whereas this, you could actually run your full-blown traffic solutions center on this device. So you can do this remotely. And that's where we're seeing a lot of the technology heading, is because they want to be done right then, instead of like a security incident going all the way to your IT department before it gets failed. It's actually getting detected right here at the edge and getting dealt with there.